Hello and welcome to another Cuppa with Kaci. Today is another chill sketch with me video and yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. This week's video is pretty chill. We're just gonna do some sketching of some original characters I've had for many years, and they're characters from a comic book series that I started and never finished. And I haven't drawn them in such a long time. I think probably since Inktober of 2018 was the last time I drew them, because I did Inktober based on using only these characters. So the one on the left that I'm drawing now is Jeremy. He's the main character of the comic series, and the other character that I draw in a second is Devil, who is his it's hard to explain who Devil is to him, but we'll just say that he's a friend who enjoys tormenting him, I guess. Yeah. And Jeremy was just a normal boring human guy, brown hair, brown eyes, walking through the city at night time, and he ends up getting shot in an alleyway, and as he's dying, Devil shows up to him and offers him a deal. If he sells his soul to Devil, he won't ever die. So Jeremy agrees because he's scared to die and becomes one of Devil's Grim Reapers, effectively. So he gets a bit of a glow up, his hair turns silver, his eyes turn orange, and gets these cool face markings and like little portals on the palms of his hands that he can suck people's souls out with, because he's a Grim Reaper. And yeah, he then has to go around reaping souls, I guess, is the best way to explain it. But Devil only sends him after like really evil people. So I suppose he's never reaping anyone who's innocent. He's always after bad people. And yeah, he is not exactly the best person to be a Grim Reaper. He's very he's squeamish and easily creeped out, so Devil enjoys making fun of him, hence the drawing is Devil's holding a skull of some description and Jeremy is freaking out about it. So they play off each other really well. Devil's very chill and laid back and enjoys making fun and playing jokes, and Jeremy's very what's a good word? He's very goodness, I cannot think. My vocabulary has just died. Jeremy is not the fun type. He would pay his bills on time and never take any risks. He's that kind of guy. And now he's sort of been thrust into this world of mythical creatures and magical beings that he never knew existed. And yeah, it's quite, well, I find it funny. I originally created it because I made this little character that kept getting fatally wounded and never dying, and that became Jeremy, who then spawned Devil, and that's how we got Deal or Dead, which is the name of the comic, by the way, Deal or Dead. Yeah. And I never ended up finishing the comic. I think I did the first 10 or so pages. I don't remember how many pages I did. But I've revamped the pages several times to make them look better and better and better every time. But I never get much further than that. I hate drawing backgrounds. That's what it is. If I could draw backgrounds, or I had someone else to draw the backgrounds for me, it might actually go somewhere. because backgrounds are the bane of my artistic existence. I hate them so much. But yeah, I enjoy the story, and it's expanded so much in my head. I really want to share it, but backgrounds, guys, backgrounds. They suck so bad. If you have any tips on how to draw backgrounds or how to create comics that don't necessarily need complex backgrounds, please do comment below and let me know, because that would help me out a butt ton. Tea. Hope you guys have your tea or hot chocolate or coffee or whatever. It's very important to have a cuppa when you're sitting down and watching Cuppa with Kaci. Anyway, so the art is this new, I say not new, but new to me way of colouring my sketches in my sketchbook. I just randomly started going through and finding sketches I liked and colouring them with my Copics and other alcohol markers, and then going over with my colour erase pencil afterwards again to add the details back in and do the line art. And I find it a really effective way to make the pictures just pop without having to spend ages finishing a complete illustration, if you know what I mean. Because seeing as I've got a 7-month-old and I have a 6-year-old stepson and housework and, life to do, I don't always have time to finish complete works of art, and just staring at a sketchbook that's filled with half-complete sketches just makes me sad sometimes. So I started going through and colouring in my sketches and using my Prismacolor pencil to just add details, and I'm actually really enjoying it and I'm having a lot of fun. I do recommend doing this if you feel like your sketchbook is just lacking in something, like you've got some cool sketches in there but they don't quite seem finished enough. Just colour them in. That's all I can say. Just have a go at colouring them in, and it just, even if you don't colour the whole page, you just do 1 or 2 on each page, it just makes it seem more complete and can make your sketchbook spreads look more dynamic. So you're not just flicking through a bunch of pencil sketches, you've got some pops of colour through there. I really like how it looks. So I'm basically just going over the whole thing with base colours. I don't do any shading except on the skin tones, just because I can't resist doing blushies and stuff like that. So do your base colours. I mean, if you want to spend more time shading and stuff, by all means go for it, but I'm lazy, and this is just meant to be like a quick little fun thing to do just when I'm in the mood to do art, but don't want to finish anything super crazy detailed or can't think of any new sketches. I just go over my old ones, or at least that's what I have been doing this week. And yeah, just do your base colours. I think I added a little bit more detail into Jeremy's hair just because I thought it would look a bit too flat just being plain one shade of grey. But Devil's hair is literally just the one shade of red. And I think I have used the same red marker for his hair since I made him, which is hilarious to me. I have not changed him up at all. Jeremy has changed a little, but Devil has stayed the same throughout. And that, yeah, he's my happy, fun, trickster child. And Jeremy is my anxious baby, I guess you could say. But yeah, do all the base colours. And I realised when I was doing this that my I think it's C7, this one, is running out of ink, which is making the dark patches really splotchy, which sucked, but I worked through it anyway. I think I do actually have a refill for it, but I was I didn't have much time to do this, so I was trying to just get it done and didn't want to focus too much on the fact that the black areas were splotchy, and resigned myself to fix them up with the pencil afterwards, which is what I'm started now. Always make sure your pencil is sharp, guys. Using a blunt pencil is the worst for this kind of thing, in my opinion. You can't get the details right if your pencil is not sharp enough to do them. And it's really annoying. This particular Prismacolor pencil I haven't used in ages, and I forgot why. Because it's got one of those, you know when sometimes when you sharpen your pencil, it has like a little bit of the wood in the lead, and you can feel it scratching against the paper when you draw. This particular pencil has that going on, but I was like, it's the only one I have in this colour, and this is the colour I wanted to use, so I just worked with it despite it being really frustrating to use. And it didn't turn out too bad in the end, but I definitely need to go invest in a new one in the same colour that doesn't have a little piece of wood in the lead, making drawing scratchy and horrible. But pro tip for using alcohol markers: if the ink is running out, they are going to be splotchy as hell no matter what technique you use, whether you're doing little circles or blending it out lots and lots and lots. If there's not much ink in the pen left, or it's starting to dry out, or even if the nib is getting worn out, your areas of colour are going to be splotchy as hell, and you just have to deal with it. And that's what I did. I literally just sucked up, kept going, and used my pencil to try and smooth out a little bit afterwards with the shading there. And as far as completing sketches goes, I find this a really effective way to make them just look better. So I would recommend, even if you don't have alcohol markers and you're just using coloured pencils or watercolour or whatever it is that you use to colour your works, definitely recommend doing it, because my sketchbook is looking a lot livelier. I barely started it, to be honest, maybe 10 or so pages in, but I'm already so excited to do my next sketchbook tour because I'm so happy with how it's looking. And for some reason, I don't know what, the pencil work on Devil was just not working how I wanted it to. Like, it was really smooth and really nice on Jeremy, but when I started doing the lines and the shading and stuff on Devil, it just wasn't working right, and I don't know why. And it could be because the pencil wasn't sharp enough, though I'm fairly sure I sharpened it before I started, or it could just be that tiny bit of wood in the lead. I don't know. It took me a few times to get the face right with how I wanted it to be of the shading, and I'm lucky that I was using my colour erase pencil for it, because I could erase the light shading and do it over without it affecting the picture too much at all. And because the sketch underneath is underneath the Copic markers, I didn't have to worry about erasing those sketch lines, because the Copic markers were covering them and protecting them. So I was able to give it a few tries, but it just, I don't know, Jeremy looks better for some reason. I don't know why, but I still had fun with both of them, that's for sure. So that's this piece pretty much finished, and next week I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So what I am doing is I'm opening it up for you guys to give me suggestions on what you'd like to see, whether it be another watercolor video, some gouache, a completed Copic marker video, even something digital. Just comment below and let me know what you want to see, and I'll pick the one that gets the best response and make a video on that. I'm always happy to do what you guys want to see, and even if you want some tutorial or tips videos, just put it down below and I can work on that for you, and we can help each other make this channel something everyone wants to watch. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so I'll leave it here and you guys can enjoy watching the rest of the drawing. See you next week. Bye!